this is Baby Luck, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about the new game that came out a couple of weeks ago, Little Nightmares 2. This goes without saying, but this video will contain spoilers, so proceed with caution. Now I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but I have a reason for that, actually. So once upon a time, on the eve of February 10th, which is when Little Nightmares 2 was released, I stayed up until 12 in the morning so I could play it at the very first minute that it was released. I did that with Candace Against the Universe, the Phineas and Ferb movie that came out last year, and it worked! I was probably the first person in my state to watch it, who knows? So I assumed it would work for Little Nightmares 2. And it didn't, and that is because it was set to release, for me personally, at 9 p.m. and I had a flight to catch in the early morning the next day, so I had to wait until I got back almost 10 days later to play this game. It was killing me. I was going to visit my best friend for her birthday, so, and she got Little Nightmares for her birthday, which made me a little angry, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of told her not to play that game when I was there, because, you know, I've been waiting a long time for this game. I've been waiting 2 years ever since they announced it, and I really wanted to have the experience by myself. So she was good enough to do that, although she did tease me with a few, like, threats of spoiling things, which, yeah. You know, if I were her, I'd probably do the same, because, you know, it's just what friends do. They kind of like to push your buttons, and that's just what they do. Anyway, so I got back, I've completed the game, I've got the secret ending, and I've got all the achievements. So without further ado, let's get into this. So let's talk about the characters first. All the characters were very well done. I do love Mono. Six is still, is it Mono or Mono? Mono. I call him Mono. I don't know why I just called him Mono. I'm actually making a Mono custom as we speak, but he's not very far into the process. I like that he has more character than Six in the first game, because in the first game they never talked. There was no dialogue, there's still no dialogue, but there is screaming and yelling and a bunch of oys and heys. It's just really fun, and I'm really glad that they added that. There's actually an achievement that if you scream at Six, like 26 times, you get an achievement, and I just find that kind of funny. I think my favorite villain, excluding Six, because, you know, Six is my favorite character even after the betrayal. I still think Slim Jim would probably be my favorite. Of course, there was Earthworm Sally, who was really cool, but just really hard to deal with sometimes. I appreciated the Hunter for being very simple, which, you know, he was better as a first somewhat boss than the janitor in the first game, because the janitor, again, was kind of like Earthworm Sally, where he had really long arms, and they could reach places, and it was very annoying sometimes. I don't know who was harder to deal with and who I hate more. It was either the porcelain Pinocchios or the mannequins. I feel like Mannequin Skywalker wasn't really all that hard to deal with for the most part. I just say deal with a lot. I don't know why. What even is the purpose of that hospital? I don't know. Also, the characters from this game kind of made the old game characters look a little dumb, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at you, Twin Chefs. I like the idea of the TV, though I feel like, I don't know if they were trying to send a message like, hey, go outside, don't be a bunch of TV-loving freaks. I don't know, I was just kind of debating, because, you know, when video games have morals, especially a game like Little Nightmares, did the first one have a moral? I don't remember. I was very lucky enough to be able to avoid spoilers for Little Nightmares 2, even when it came out. But let's talk about Six, and all the pain she put me through. A game hasn't made me feel, like, actual emotions in a long time. Six started off as a very innocent character, and then slowly got a bit more psychotic, which is typical Six. Then Slim Jim kidnaps her and puts her in a TV, and then, I don't know, that just broke my heart. That we saved her so many times, which, you know, I appreciate her. I like her more than Boris from Bendy and the Ink Machine, because she actually pulled her weight around. I'm sorry to say, but I really don't like Boris very much. I don't care for him. He was a really bad bellhop, and all he did was open a door. He was just kind of an inconvenience, if anything. Six at least helped you get things done, and she even kind of added a few things, and just, I don't know. She killed people for you. That was very nice of her. But then she had to go turning into a monster, which I like to call Sixzilla, and I don't know, I just feel kind of sad thinking about that. So sad, in fact, I'm thinking about making a custom of that. And of course, when Six betrayed us, you know, I didn't see it coming. It was just kind of in the moment, like, what are you doing, Six? Why? There's a better way. Friendship is magic. But she went on to be the governess of the mall later on, Assuming that was a prequel. I'm pretty sure it was a prequel, because what else would it be? Anyway, I'm just glad that she has a voice. I'm glad everybody had, like, voices more than grunts. Even the villains. But the villains in the first game had some dialogue as well. Not dialogue, I should stop saying dialogue because I was nowhere near dialogue. Anyway, moving on to the music. The music did not disappoint. It was just as good as the first game, if not better. Most of the songs I could just listen to on loop for hours and not get bored. I'd possibly go insane like 6, so maybe that's not a good idea. This game is really, really bizarre, to say the least. But it was 100% worth the wait, and I'm glad I got to play it when I did, because it was a great experience. And I recommend the first game, the second game, very Little Nightmares. I don't know much about that one. I can't really talk about that one. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think about Little Nightmares in the comments, if I open them, if this isn't made for kids. I don't think it will be, but you never know. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!